Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting it in? Body getting it funny? What's going on, people? Okay, back in June 21st, 2016, there was on the website said the federal judge rules Mississippi can begin legally discrimination as far as July the 1st. Now, Mississippi residents' business is now has a federal judge being able to deny people a wedding services of same-sex basis on religious objection beginning as of July 2016, and that the beginning of the so-called hospitality state anti-LGBT law will do more and force women to wear skirts to restricting transgender students for their use in the gender of their proper identity. Now, this is going across the net, and I look into a little bit further, and I read this. It says the federal court lifted injunction on Mississippi anti-gay law, and this took place basically on June the 22nd, 2017, which means that this took place this week, last week. Now, Governor Bryant of Mississippi said that the law prevents government interference with constitutional right to exercise sincerely held religious belief. A federal appeal court on Thursday lifted an injunction on Mississippi law that granted private individuals and government workers fair reaching its ability to discriminate against any LGBT people of religious sounds through. The lawyer said that the law was likely to remain blocked for the time being during the appeal process. Well, on Thursday, decision issued by the third judge panel of the United States Court of Appeal for the Fifth Circuit is part of a legal drama being closely watched by gays' rights and advocates as far as religious conservatives. Now, the state law titled that Protecting the Freedom of Conscience from the Government Discrimination Act was signed by Governor Bryant, a politician, on April the 5th of 2016. Now, it is considered to be the most aggressive in several state levels. Corporate conservatives respond on United States Supreme Court legalization of same-sex marriage back in 2015. Now, according to the legal analyst released last year by the Columbia University, the Mississippi law would, among other things, allow government clerks to out the certification of, same-sex marriage to any other marriages that is appropriate, or this laid out by their decision to allow business to deny wedding-related services to same-sex couples as far as marriage and sincerely held religious belief or moral conviction. It allowed religious organizations to engage in a job on housing discrimination against LGBT people, and allowed schools councils to refuse work to LGBT students, and potentially force child welfare agencies to place LGBT children for anti-gay adoptive parents. Now, the law contains provisions that potentially affect the single heterosexual people. For example, the authority of the analyst, it would allow a religious university to fire a single mother from working on its cafeteria who supports children of her own, because the University of Religious Opposition of the Sex Outside of Marriage last June, just before the law was made to take effect. The federal judge issued an injunction finding that the law invalid and was on the First and the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. Now, Thursday's 16-page ruling state on the essence of plaintiff challenging the law that many who were gay in Mississippi residents lack standing because the law had not yet injured them. Now, none of these plaintiffs have clearly shown as injury. In fact, none has standing, the judge wrote. Now, the Governor Bryant said that the statement that he was pleased with the ruling, as I said all along, that the legislation is not meant to discriminate against anyone, but simply prevents government interference with the constitutional right to exercise sincerely held religious
believe, he said. Now, Beth, the advocacy director of Mississippi Center of Justice in a liberal group, was brought with the suit along with Lambeau Legal, said that the law was a black eye for a place for the bill itself. Now, hospitality state the law discriminates, she says, and it would do everything we can to prevent it and because of any harm. Now, the plaintiff now have a number of options, including requesting a rehearing of the case before the entire Fifth Circuit of Appeal directly to the United States Supreme Court. Now, this is going out in reference to 22nd of this year. I forget, basically this month. And I just thought I would put this to you because I noticed that there's something going across the internet that says that the federal judge ruled Mississippi can legally discriminate against you back in, July the 1st. And a lot of times people don't really read the fine print. So just in case you see this going around and stuff, I want to leave you updated reference to that the federal court lifted the injunction on Mississippi anti-gay law. Anyway, I just want to share that with you. If you have to say thing, I want to let you know I love you and I love to hear your feedback on this. And I want to thank you for watching. Get 3.